This is Oliver Askew, and you're listening to the Indie Sports Car Podcast.
If you ever finish first, the platinum trophy is risen. Your prize money, you sat for 2 dozen, got dibs in. Know the cars, know the race, cause if you get outsmarted, it don't matter where you finish, you'll end up where you started. All we need is beats and rhymes and go and spark it. As long as we got the underground, yo, we got a market. I don't need a major to tell me how to run it, cause my goal is to win the Indy 500. All we need is beats and rhymes and go and spark it. As long as we got the underground, yo, we got a market. I don't need a major to tell me how to run it, cause my goal is to win the Indy 500. 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 My goal is to win, my goal is to win, my goal is to win.
Welcome, ICP fans, to another episode of the Indie Sports Car Podcast. Hey, Mizzy.
Hello.
Christian.
What's going on?
Indy 500, man.
Yeah. That happened. And what a good month away it was. Good to see you guys.
It was a pleasure, dude. It was a freaking it was awesome. Missy?
Track, yeah.
I mean, back me up here.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You like I
It's
had
a family reunion with
it was
300,000 of your closest friends, right?
That's it. You know, and I think I had looked at you, right? And it was the beginning of the race, and it was Missy, me, you, and Jared Powell, you know, in the media center, watching the start of the race. And, you know, it brought a tear to my eye, buddy. It brought a tear to my eye that the ICP crew plus Jared was there.
Plus Jared, that's right.
But, you know, Jared's part of the family. He's been on, enough times. He's taken enough abuse from me. I think I can ease up on him now.
Yeah, no. It was good to have everybody. It was good to be in the media center for the first time for me there, and great view. Obviously,
it's a bit overwhelming, isn't it? It's humongous.
Good food, and just it was
good food. Missy, we're eating this guy. You know, he's just eating some brisket. Well, no, I had the brisket. He had the roast beef. But, you know,
the pulled pork.
Oh, the pulled pork. My bad. I mean, there's so much to choose from, you know, because this, you know, media. The
smorgasbord.
The spoils of the job of this grueling job. Missy, this guy, hey, he's up, he's down, he's up, he's down, he's up. It's easy when your last name's on your hat, but. You know, it's people that he hasn't seen in like forever. He's been on their shows, and I'm just sitting there like I wish I was as famous as Christian.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am as famous as Christian.
Yeah, but no, this was another level.
I'm known as Missy.
This is no. Yeah, people say there's Missy. Yep, that's Missy and Frank.
That's all I need.
No,
Where's Missy?
but they're
Christian.
Oh yes, come here.
Megan
is oh my God, Christian! And then some French girl comes up to him, starts speaking French. Christian can speak French.
I must have missed that.
No, he just did it with his tongue, but it was still French. He was French.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Someone's leaving Maryland.
Wow. That is inaccurate information.
Yes,
but
no. But
I was surprised though by how many
he cannot speak French. But it was more Portuguese, I think.
I can speak a little bit of that, yeah. But no, it was nice. I didn't realize I had known so many people that were going to be there. So
no, son. It's not how many people you knew. It's how many people knew you.
That's true. Yeah,
and that's what makes you.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Again, billboard on your head, but that doesn't.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was nice, but you know, I think the biggest takeaway for me was just the amount of support that I felt. You know, everybody who did say hello, you know, left at the end of the conversation with the hey, you know, your turn is coming. Yeah, you just keep at it. And I think that was the biggest takeaway for me. Felt good.
I mean, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, you know what? This guy is making moves in this town. It's going to come for him. He's making the right connections because it just so happens that the one guy that you had seen, he just happened to be sitting next to Jared, which was next to us. Of all the rows,
Patrick Reynolds. Yeah, the Speedway Report, Patrick Reynolds. Yeah,
yeah, like of all the rows in all the media centers in all the land.
yeah. Honestly, and I had done his show sometime last year. He's based out of Charlotte, and we had never met face to face. And I'm sitting there in the row. I just look over. I'm like, this guy looks awfully familiar. You know, you see somebody, you just recognize him through their Facebook photos. And you're like, hey, Patrick. He's like, yeah, Christian. And so that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool to see.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was awesome, man. So I mean, your time is coming. You know, there's a few races coming up that I think is definitely going to happen for you. But we don't like talking too much about them because I mean that's my.
No.
I
Just
don't talk
got
too
to
much
keep
about
my
it.
nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, like I don't talk too much about it because I'm one of those superstitious kind of guys. You know.
Right.
I don't know. It not that it matters either way. I'm sure. Well, I'm pretty positive. Anyway. But what's going to happen is happen. But if I want it to really happen, I don't say anything. It makes it that much sweeter.
I hear you.
But it would happen either way. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it was a good May.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. So
amazing to take Al Jr.'s place.
Amazing. I got it. I got that joke. That's a funny joke, man. That's a good one.
What are you talking about?
Missy, was that good? Missy, was that good?
No.
No.
Get
No,
it?
no.
May.
No.
Oh, you weren't going for that?
No.
Was I reading
No, I
into
wasn't.
it too
I
deeply?
wasn't. I think you were. Yeah.
No, you sly boots. You know, now you're playing it off.
Sly boots.
Moving on. Speaking of amazing May.
Amazing, man. That's right.
Was the GP more exciting than the 500 or no?
No.
I'm not going to say yes.
Are you speaking about just the race itself?
Yeah,
Or
the
are
race
we
as
adding
a-
in? No, but are we factoring in the prestige of the 500? That's what makes that exciting.
Prestige,
Are we-
No. No,
No.
I'm talking about...
We're just talking about the actual
pure
race itself.
quality entertainment of great racing like IndyCar is known for. Because I knew who was going to win this race before it started.
You did not.
I said Pagano.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
God.
Yes, I did.
Would you stop it?
I did.
I'm done. I'm done.
I have it in
Shut
in
my
writing.
microphone off.
You know what? I didn't
done.
say
I'm
it
done.
on the
I'm
show.
done.
I
I'm
said it
walking
on
out.
Twitter. I said it on Twitter. Somebody asked me, "Who do you think you got?" And I
This
said,
is not what you said
I
on
said-
the show last
Well,
week, Frank.
"You're right," but I was lying.
That's what counts.
Yes, I was lying.
Oh,
But I was making it sound like I did. But it was on Twitter. I'm not going to say on Twitter. 'Cause
Give me
at
a
least it's on writing.
break.
It's in writing. I said Pagano was going to win, or Ed Jones. I said.
Good grief.
Good
Oh,
grief.
or Ed Jones, or
I was high
any
on
one
Ed
of the other
Jones.
31. No, Frank, you can't do that.
What?
It's if you make a pick, it's got to be a pick. You can't go, oh, it's going to be this person or this person or any one of the other 31. Or
You have people for
that's not
3
how
days
this works.
asking you who's going to win, and by
Frank,
day
give me a
3, you
break.
might
give
change
me a
it.
break.
I'm just saying I have it in
Give me a
writing.
break,
on
Frank.
Twitter. I picked it before it happened.
You did not.
I did.
Have a seat. Take a seat.
If you were on Twitter, you'd know
You-
this, and you
you
would be
did
arguing
not.
with me. Okay?
I'm gonna ask my publicist.
I'm going to take a
She'll tell
screenshot
me.
and send it
She'll
to you
tell me.
later.
She'll tell me if
Oh,
if
she
you did or
definitely
not.
will. Me and her were talking, and we are not. We are very disappointed with your effort. We think you're not giving it enough. You know, you sleep too much and you eat too much.
What? What?
You're wasting hours, is what you're doing that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm doing.
You're
Yeah.
unproductive while you eat and sleep. There's no need for any of it. So we've been talking.
You're right.
We're going to get
You're
a
right.
protein bag and shove it in your leg, and you'll just strap it on. You don't even have to think about either.
There you go.
You know,
There you go.
and cocaine, a lot of cocaine.
What? No, no,
To
no,
keep you up so you don't sleep.
no.
No,
Um,
you're not doing it enough. Or
All
how
right,
somebody.
all right. I'm gonna reel this back
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
what we're supposed to be talking about.
slacker.
racing. Racing.
Yeah, no, racing. Definitely.
Racing. So you want to start? I mean, because it was it's the we call it the
Simon Pagino won.
no.
Why do I not
starting
care?
there?
I'm sorry.
There was a Formula One race this weekend. You had USF 2000, Pro Mazda.
Formula One.
So are we starting
Formula
with
Uno?
F1?
Oh yeah, lots of racing going on this week.
So
They were at the Monaco Slow Grand Prix. That thing needs to be just put to bed. Just put it out as misery. Take it out back.
And can anybody
Take it out
guess who
back.
won?
Double barrel
Guess.
shotgun.
Guess.
Hamilton won.
Oh.
Followed by Bottas or someone in a Ferrari. Flip-flop the two. You got 1, 2, 3. Then probably Max Verstappen either could have got fourth or did something like he normally does and takes himself and others out, or himself alone. I don't know. I'm guessing. I didn't watch it. I haven't looked. Am I close?
So yes, Hamilton won. Followed by, well, it was Max Verstappen and then Sebastian Vettel, I think, was the first order. However, Max Verstappen received a 5-second penalty
Shocking
for
as
a
hell.
unsafe pit release.
And people wonder why Ricardo left.
So he was bumped down to 4th place.
Right off the podium.
So you have podium, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and
In
Valtteri
a Ferrari Bottas and the
Bottas.
Silver Arrow. I am a seer, everybody. Send me your pick. If you want lottery picks, just hit me up. I got you.
Yeah. You haven't for me yet.
Well, you can't
Followed
win
by
if you don't
Max
play.
Verstappen,
And
Pierre
I work hard for my money.
Gasly, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, Alexander Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, Romain Grosjean was your top 10. Then you had Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, Nico Hulkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, George Russell, Lance Stroll, Kimi Räikkönen, Robert Kubica, Antonio Giovinazzi, and what?
You'll never get that right. It's only been like...
And Charles Leclerc.
Poor Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, it was a very disappointing home race for him, and
well, I mean, it wouldn't have been a win, no matter how bad you want it to be, because Vettel was pretty close. So that means
it was.
Anyone.
But I think this was a case of just emotion getting the best of him, really wanting to have a good impression in your home race. He knew what this would have meant. Especially with the passing of Nikki.
Yeah.
And
this was the first
I think he was just really just pushing way too hard. He was doing the whole driving angry thing, and it cost that car. The tire went, and then he didn't help himself by staying at full speed to get it back around to the pits.
And
it's just
now, were they close, you think? I mean, because Niki Lauda was always in the Silver Arrow paddock, right?
Yeah. He said that he had spoken to Nikki a few times, but he would have wanted to more. But we know what he what he meant to Ferrari, though.
Well, I mean, I'm sure all the drivers there. I mean, Nicky's always there. They've all have to have like a personal relationship with the man. I mean, the man was a gem. It's what they call a gem.
Absolutely.
He was definitely one of them. I really doubt there's not one driver there, or team owner, or team member that didn't have some sort of personal relationship with Niki Lauda there. Because that is a very like small knit community right there.
Yeah, super small. Yeah, absolutely.
If there was a king of that community, it would be Niki Lauda. And who doesn't know the king?
So
that's all I'm saying. So,
but I'd say it was a combination, though, of just a little mix of that, plus the fact that this is arguably F1's biggest race of the year. It's their Indy 500, and just wanting to really show out and show
would
improve.
Would you make this their Indy 500, though?
What's that?
Would you make the Monaco GP F1's Indy 500?
Absolutely.
Really, that's an interesting debate.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll have that
Absolutely.
after, maybe next week we'll have that debate. That's interesting because I don't.
I don't think it's a coincidence that they're on the same weekend, to be honest.
I think it is a coincidence that they're on the same weekend. To be honest,
Disagree.
I don't. Or I mean, I do.
What?
Well, yeah, I disagree with your disagreement. I disagree. You should not disagree with my disagree.
You can't disagree. I'm just saying. Arguably, I think that would be their Indy 500. What else would you put up there to argue that, Frank? What track on the schedule?
I mean, I'll throw a dart at the schedule, and wherever it lands would be better than this slow, boring track. My God, they can barely make the right-handers anymore, dude. There's this one hairpin that looks like a, I don't know, like a lowercase b, but like the top of it, if you know what I mean. But it's just real tight. They can barely get them.
It's an extremely tight track, yes.
There's this really crazy right-hand hairpin that it's like a hairpin that someone stepped on. In the shape of, they can barely get around the damn thing. I mean, literally, the cars are getting just. I think maybe 50 years ago, the cars were slow enough and small enough to where the Monaco GP made sense, but the cars have gotten too fast, too big. I mean, the tires are humongous, for crying out loud. They're insanely big. They're the biggest F1 cars that have ever existed, and I think Monaco GP. They've outgrown the track.
It's not going anywhere though.
I'm not
like
saying
I said, it is. I'm telling you that is their most celebrated race. That's their 500. They're not. It's not going.
Yeah, no, but it's just like Silverstone. It's just like Nürburgring. It's a staple of an F1 track that's there every year since they've existed, and they pretty much have it at the same time because they're very traditional like that. And that's why the Monaco GP isn't going anywhere, or Silverstone for that matter. I mean, Nürburgring did for a year, but that's money. And now Spain looks like it's not coming back, but maybe it will. Who knows? And if it does, it'll be on the same weekend. You know what I mean? I mean, Brazil, Sao Paulo. I mean, that's become a staple. I can keep going on. Tokyo, whatever. But my point being is, like, 5 tracks there. I would consider maybe Monza to be their Indy 500. It's the fastest race of their season, and it is also an F1 staple. It's been there forever. Ferrari's backyard. I mean, it's a very, very big deal in F1.
No, I'm not saying it's not.
I'm just saying.
I just don't think
more
it's
proud
got
of my trophy from Monza than Monaco.
Prestige. No, because when you listen to the drivers speak about Monaco, this is the only track that they speak about like this. When they talk about what it means to win this, that's what makes it.
Yeah, but that's the writers in the background that making them say that so they can compete against IndyCar.
Frank thinks everybody's a puppet, listeners. I just want you to know that. Frank honestly thinks everybody is a puppet.
I've been around the paddock long enough to know they are. Pay me and dance, puppet dance, because you paid me.
Puppet
dance. That's what I've learned about racing.
No, I don't know, man. But no, it was just a bad deal for Leclerc. I will say that listening to Hamilton's radio communications, I two things. It was a hell of a drive on Lewis's part. I know Frank will go ahead and interject and disagree, but and normally I can get behind that and say, yeah, okay, it's the car, but
because
the way that car was driving this weekend, and he still was able to pull it off. I appreciated what Hamilton was able to do. It was a hell of a defensive clinic. It was a clinic in defensive driving. Even at the points where Verstappen forced him off the track, pushed him over here, because Verstappen was driving angry. He was making moves he probably shouldn't have.
No, because everybody expects it from him by now. The dude's a maniac. He is a tuna driving an F1 car. I would be very cautious around him too. and everything he does, I would expect, because a tuna shouldn't drive a car.
Yeah, well,
That's what I said.
no, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
But Hamilton, very frustrated.
That is the greatest bumper sticker ever. A tuna should not be driving an F1 car. Yep.
Get them printed. Put them up on the website.
Bumper.
Put them on the website.
That's the greatest shirt ever.
There you go.
I need to get a Red Bull F1 car and like interject like the Star Kiss tuna guy right into it.
Oh, Charlie. Was it Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie the tuna, dude. And that's Max Verstappen right there. So what do you think about the race? No. Well, when I was on canned,
wow.
I jumped in the car and
no, but Hamilton wasn't happy with whatever they did with the tires, and it really messed him up. But he was still able to just do the best defensive driving I think we've seen so far this year, and able to still pull out the win. Sorry for Bottas. This was the only non 1-2 victory so far this year. But
Vettel is in a subpar car.
But I was impressed with Hamilton.
Vettel is in a subpar. A Red Bull, a Ferrari cannot pass a Silver Arrow. It's that simple. They're not quick enough. They don't have enough power out of a turn. That's the biggest difference I've noticed.
Well, here's what Vettel is saying. He says, it's just because overall we are lacking downforce, a weakness that we know. And I don't think that the car is as bad as it looks. The results should be better here and there, but it's very difficult for us to get the car in the window where it's happy. Certainly when we get it in there, we're more competitive, but still away from where we want to be.
Now, I will translate
He's taking it to downforce.
And I will translate to you what he just said. He just said, we have no downforce, or not as much like the Silver Arrows. Therefore, I can't get on the throttle as soon as they can out of a turn. Therefore, they are faster than me. Therefore, they will win every Grand Prix you're ever going to see until Ferrari learns to how to put 50 more freaking downforce down on their car, because it seems like the team right next to him has figured it out for the last decade almost. So, look at it. Study it. There's video of it. Crying out loud.
Hey,
Ferrari, we can shoot a probe to Jupiter and send back really cool images of it. You can't find 50 downforce out there when it's sitting right next to you. Look. What are they doing? I don't know. Put it into a freaking computer, Ferrari.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, figure it out. And, the drivers are just in whatever the car can do. And the Ferraris can't pass the Mercedes, period. But no one else can pass the Ferraris. Like in Mario Kart, they're not Mario, or they're like Toad. Toad's quick, but he can't hold anyone off. He's Toad. You know what I'm saying? Missy, you feel me on this? Is Ferrari not Toad from Mario Kart?
Toad from Mario Kart. Wow. Not even Luigi. You didn't give him Luigi. He's Toad. Okay.
No, that's Red Bull.
You're Toad. Okay.
Toad also make him, what's his name?
What's that? Oh, who? King Koopa? Force India.
That is funny.
Okay, so who? What's that? Princess. Who's Princess? Who does Stroll drive for now?
Was it Racing Point? Right?
Yeah. I want to say Force India, but that's not the right
name. No.
Anymore.
Whoever Stroll races for, that's Princess. That's Team Princess. So we got Team Trooper.
Princess. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. So we got. So we got King Koopa. We got Luigi. Team Toad. Team Mario obviously is a Silver Arrows. So who are we missing here? So who's McLaren then? I'm missing one racer here, aren't I? Or did I get them all? No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 8. Who were the other ones? Missy.
Oh, there was Bowser, wasn't there?
Well, no, that's King Koopa.
Was,
that's King Koopa. The same thing. Bowser, King Koopa, they're the same person. I don't know why they changed throughout the years.
Princess, Toad,
King Koopa.
Was it Wario in one of them too?
Oh yeah.
Well, he's no. I'm talking about the original 3. All right. Oh, let's not get crazy. I mean,
Let's not get
I mean,
crazy.
if we go to GameCube, there's like 15 of them. So, let's not do that. But, I mean, there's only 8 in the original 3. We're missing one. Who the hell are we missing? We got Mario, Luigi, Princess Toad, King Koopa, and... Bleh. Missy, will you Google something? This is important stuff.
What? Googling that.
Will you do something than staring at stats?
Moving on.
We're missing one.
The USF
Christian.
2000 race, your top 3 were Cameron Shields, Alex...
And that's F1.
Alex
And that's
Barron,
F1.
and Colin Kaminsky.
That
was your
convinces
podium.
her.
Moving on.
And this was at Lucas Oil Raceway.
Yes, Lucas
Right.
Oil Raceway.
In Brownsville.
Old LO.
Then you had Indy Pro 2000. Your top
like to call
3
it.
were Daniel Frost, Stingray Robb, and Rasmus Lynn. Was your top 3? Then you had for your Indy Lights race, you had Oliver Askew winning by 0.0067 over Ryan Norman.
Crazy.
Followed by
That
Linus VK was your podium.
Let me ask some. I mean, okay, the 4 wide race. That is in a level of its own. Will never happen again. It was a fluke. Greatest race ever. This was the closest race ever, was it not? It was like
Yeah, it
0.
was pretty crazy, yeah.
What was it, Missy? 0. What? 00?
0.0067.
That is like my toenail. That's a toenail he beat him by. You go snip, snip with the Clippers. Oliver Askew beat him by that much. It was a thing of beauty what Oliver pulled off. Was that not one of the most textbook freaking slingshots for a win you've ever seen in your life? Good,
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
God, a thing of beauty. It was
impressive.
perfect.
Pretty.
I would record it. If I did that on iRacing, I would have recorded it and posted it on Facebook. That's how good it was. You feel me, Christian? I mean that's the thing of dreams on iRacing, right?
So congratulations to Ollie and his
You're not going to back me up on this, Christian.
victory.
Christian,
Yeah, but
I said you're not going to back me up on this. Okay.
no, I will back you up on that. Yes, I would. I would record it as well.
And the big show.
Well, hold on. I have something for Ollie here. I think he deserves it for that. Okay. Oliver Askew, everybody. Winner of the Freedom 100. That was worth it.
Woo!
Hell yeah. Congratulations, Ollie. Really proud of him.
Yep. Congratulations. And
I remember before he was a star.
And you have your 103rd Indianapolis 500.
103.
So your final results were Simon Pagenaud is your 2019 Indianapolis 500 winner.
Was that your French accent? Was that the best one you got?
You didn't like that?
It was hard. It was bad.
Rossi
But
and Takuma Sato
It
was
needed some
your
more
podium.
was that your Japanese accent?
No. Joseph Newgarden, Will Power, Ed Carpenter, Santino Ferrucci, your highest finishing rookie.
Rookie of the year.
Followed by Ryan Hunter-Ray, Tony Kanaan, and Connor Daly were your top 10. Then you had James Hinchcliffe, James Davidson, Ed Jones, Spencer Piggott, Matthias Lace, Pippa Mann, Scott Dixon, Elio Castroneves, who starts off the ones who were a lap down, followed by Sage Karam, J.R. Hildebrand, Jack Harvey, Oriel Servia. Then you had Marcus Erickson, Jordan King, Charlie Kimball, Marco Andretti, Graham Rahal, and this starts your did not finish your DNFs. Felix Rosenquist, Zach Veach, Sebastian Bourdais, Kyle Kaiser, Ben Hanley, and Colton Herta was your finishing order for the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500.
All right.
Sucks for Colton Herta. He got 3 laps in. And mechanical failure. Ben Hanley stinks for him too.
He hasn't finished a race since his fluke win. Well, since Rossi lost that race up in Coda. He hasn't finished a race yet.
Yeah, I think he's well.
No wonder I was drinking. Oops, too soon. Still.
Wow.
Frank.
Wow.
Jeez.
What? Too soon?
Wow.
Not soon enough, I say.
Wow.
Oh, it's a joke.
You were something else.
If you can't joke about anything, you're not allowed to joke about ever. So it's just a joke. I don't mean it. You know, he's my childhood hero. I'm slightly annoyed, to be honest with you.
That he's a human? You're right, Frank. Be annoyed that he's a human being.
No, I'm annoyed that he let it go that far. He could have killed somebody. So not for nothing. But I'm glad he's getting help, and I hope he does good. However, I just don't look highly on people who get pulled over. Like, I don't want to talk about this. But I'm just saying.
So yeah, I mean, has he?
It's not a oopsie until it's a oopsie. I'm glad that glad they just pulled him over.
Okay, moving on. Has he not finished the race since?
So much for the joke.
33rd, 23rd, 23rd, 24th. Yeah, he's practically
What's that?
finished at the bottom. Yeah.
Who?
Colton, since his victory.
Yeah.
He's 24th, 23rd, 23rd, and 33rd.
I still have the hashtag going. Colton Herta Watch 2019. Him sitting in the car, just while the race is going on. Yeah, it's great. I've got pictures from a few races, and they're all hashtagged on Twitter. Colton Herta or Herta Watch 2019. Hey, if you're going to block me before I even know who you are, then this is just what I'm going to do to you. Sorry.
And
I don't
so
care.
Ben Hanley, he had a mechanical failure too. I think he had an axle that broke, so he was doing pretty well until then. And then Kyle Kaiser was the first one to make contact with the wall by himself.
Cinderella story came to an end with so many names on the car. That was awesome.
And then,
Good for Kyle. I'm glad they were able to turn that whole thing into, hopefully more races for him this year.
And then you had big accident that involved Graham Rahal, Felix Rosenquist, Zach Veach, and Sebastian Bourdais.
Whose fault was that? Whose fault was that? Wow. Christian? Why don't you go ahead and
No, Frank.
And let me know whose fault that was.
No, you're not setting me up, Frank.
Because I honestly don't have a clue. I can't make a judgment one way or another.
I'll throw it out. It was Graham Rahal's fault.
I thought so too.
He stuck his nose in there, and not for nothing. He's like, "What was Sebastian Bourdais thinking?" Dude, it's the Indianapolis 500. You should have backed off. I get it, and I get why he didn't back off, because it's the Indianapolis 500, and you're not going to back off.
Yeah,
But if
Sorry.
you do that, I mean,
what he did?
It wasn't like his car was halfway. His front wheel touched his back wheel, right?
This is what drives.
So it's not like you were halfway past, in his side view,
This is what drives me nuts about Graham Rahal, because the last time I seen someone else do this to him, they put themselves in the grass and took themselves out and never touched them, and never touched him. Him, on the other hand, he does the same move. He doesn't move out of the way and basically sacrifice himself for getting into a really stupid place where the other person, it's not their fault that you're just going to take this. You know what I mean? Right. So, and that was Tristan Vautier in Pocono a few years ago. And and Graham goes on TV and blasts Tristan. Graham does the same exact thing here and takes not only him and someone else out, but who else? Rosenquist. Who else? Dixon.
No, Rosenquist.
Wasn't
Zach,
Dixon
Zach
involved in it though? I mean, they got him back out there, I think. But Rosenquist took right out, right?
Yeah.
How many other cars? 2 more.
It was a 5-car thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And and nobody's gonna come out and blast Graham. I'm sure. Graham's like, oh shucks, hey.
I mean, I guess you could say that Bourdais, he could have gave him a little bit more room, like a tad. I mean, I thought he was.
You gonna say
plenty.
that to Dario Franchitti on the whole Sato thing in Turn 1 when Sato crashed?
No.
Should have gave him a little bit more room.
Again,
or did
like
Sato,
I said, it's Indianapolis
deserve
500.
to spin out for making such a ridiculous inside move?
Yeah, like I said, it's the Indianapolis 500. No room is given on this track.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can't expect room to be given on this track.
Yeah, so you shouldn't drive like that in the first place because people don't expect you to, because that's not how you do it. It was just terrible. It was a terrible decision, but whatever, it happens. People get caught up in the moment. I mean, I have started to like Graham more, and I really like that he defends the sport the way he does, especially against Hamilton.
Right.
I think my favorite part about Graham is his responses to Hamilton constantly. So, but other than that, there's nothing really redeemable that I like about him. So, but I mean that's enough for me.
Okay.
Right now.
What did you think about Alexander Rossi's fist-shaking pastoral Serbia?
I thought
pretty funny.
That lost him the race. Those 2 laps lost Rossi that race.
You think so?
Well, so think about it. Rossi was how close when they crossed the line in second place?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about time. So
you're thinking that if
Oriol Serbia held him up for 2 laps straight, probably slowed him up a good 3 seconds a lap, easy, right? So that's 6 seconds. Where would Rossi be if he had that 6 seconds back?
So what would you want from Serbia then?
For Rossi to grow around him.
Serbiy's a lap down. What is he doing? Rossi wasn't in the lead.
He wasn't sitting there blocking him.
Yes, he was. Did you not see?
There was plenty of track.
If you're a lap car, you get up. You don't race
have
down.
4 cars.
You don't race slow,
track.
Christian.
There's only 2 of them.
Christian, Schooler, racecraft. You're a lap down.
No,
where do you go?
It's the Indianapolis 500, and Rossi was a man on a mission and angry.
Yeah,
so
and Oriol Serbia was a man just holding on for dear life because he had a horrible car and he was a lap freaking down.
Right past Oriol Serbia, because that
finally
4 cars across can go, but he couldn't get around them on one.
Yeah, and notice he gave him the fist wave going high. Again, my point.
Where he should have went around him. I don't know, a lap ago.
The hardest pass to make is the high pass. Christian Schooler.
No, it is. I agree. There's a little bit easier on that inside, but however,
the last time a lap car.
However, though,
time out. The last time a lap car made a car on the lead lap go high to pass him into any turn was J.R. Hildebrand, turn 4 last lap, 2011. My point exactly. You're a lap car. Get the freak out of the way. Go high. Slow down. Do something. Just don't be in my way. That is racecraft. That's what you do. What Oriol Serbia did was hold him up for 2.5 laps. So I was watching it. I mean, his times were 3 seconds off. I mean, Oriol Serbia was a lap down
Rossi,
and he was slow.
It's called karma.
It is. What do you mean?
Oh,
yeah,
what did Rossi do to deserve?
Oh,
and another.
If I recall,
okay.
St.
I'll go even this far. No,
St.
I'll go even this far.
Last year, Robert Wickens. Do I need to say more?
That was not.
I'm gonna
Rossi's
grab my
fault.
popcorn right now.
That was not Rossi's fault.
What do you mean?
That wasn't Rossi's fault. Wickens doesn't know. You can't leave the door. What are you talking about? What are you jumping ship all of a sudden on that decision? Don't even try it, miss.
I'm not jumping ship. I'm just saying.
All right, stepping back. All right, things are getting heated in this house. It needs to calm down.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I've got my popcorn.
I'm about to
I'm
scream.
just enjoying, countering any argument you have.
No, I don't. Well,
with this.
No, yeah, you're just you're
fun.
flipping what you're saying.
It's fun.
Don't even try to say that you thought it was Rossi's fault last year. You were like right on.
No, I didn't think it was Rossi's fault.
Good. Yeah. There you go.
Got the door open. I'm just saying though.
Be true to yourself.
A lot of people were ticked off about that move. So.
Oh, I'm not saying they weren't. They just don't understand what racecraft is. That's all. The uneducated, you mean? Mm. If you're educated, is that Rossi's fault or not, Christian?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it cost him the race though.
No.
Okay, and then
because if that were the case,
the bad fuel nozzle
he wouldn't have been
in
in contention those last 5 laps. If he cost him the race.
How about that bad pit stop? Did that bad pit stop? Was that the difference? I can go.
No, not holding Pagenaud off when you needed to. That was that was the difference.
Yeah, that was the difference.
That's the difference. It had nothing to do with the. Obviously, the pit stop was bad. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's just
could Servi have gotten out of your way? Sure. However, neither of these things played the major part in what cost him winning the 500. Because if those things had truly cost him, he wouldn't have even been in contention to do it. You wouldn't have been anywhere near where you were to even take the lead when you took the lead. And not hold on to it. That's on
the winner of the race is the guy that did the 200 laps in the least amount of time. And when you lose time, that means you could have done it faster. Period. I guarantee you the winner of the race, his total time.
Well, if you want to go that route.
No, Frank.
Him shaking his fist in the air, he could have lost some aerodynamics on that. He should have kept his hand in the car.
Well, by then it was too late.
I mean, how many
well, that's just a safety thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have taken my hand off the wheel. that's.
Well, they were going down the straightaway. I mean, they've been doing it 175 laps already. I mean, they're pretty comfortable at this point. But
no, I think Rossi was ticked off because he couldn't use
the straightaway
inside,
is where they
that's
relax.
When he was passing everybody on the inside.
I mean, you're pulling 3 Gs,
and
4
Oriol
Gs
Servia
every
took away
turn.
the inside, but he has a right. I get it. He's a lap car, but he has a right to
only
try
if you're
and
the
keep
lead
his
car.
position.
Only if you're the lead car is that acceptable. I mean, Rossi was 7th at that point. I mean, he wasn't even 2nd. He was like
didn't
4th.
cost him the race though.
Well,
yes, it did.
It did not.
Yeah,
Frank.
he would have caught.
It did not.
Pagenaud that much quicker. Could have passed him. Would have been closer than he was at the final last laps to pass him.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't believe it cost him the race. If it truly cost him the race, he would not have been in the position to do it. What cost him the race was not defending when you needed to.
Fuel hose thing again.
That was it. And by the way, on that note, great job by the Penske team. Great job by Pagenaud's team to be able to tell Pagenaud what Rossi was doing. I love that he came on the radio and said, "Hey, Rossi's really digging that inside right by the wall. Go ahead and take that away from him." That's what got the victory. Smart. I love that.
Will Power and what oval was that with Joseph Newgarden?
It was Gateway, wasn't it?
Was it Gateway?
Phoenix.
Pocono.
Oh, Phoenix. Was it?
It was Phoenix.
No.
I don't know. Say what you're going to say, then I'll tell you.
No, it was where all coming off of the one certain turn that Will was going, swooping down to the inside, not blocking, but cutting off Joseph Newgarden from making them pass on him in that spot.
Right.
Oh, you mean the amazing racecraft that Will Power shown the world at Pocono?
Was it Pocono?
Yeah, it was Pocono.
Okay.
Yep. Where he was diving down to the inside. Well, see, he was the lead car. That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't, Oriol Servia blocking Rossi doing the same damn thing.
Well, that's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about Pagenaud taking away that inside by the wall on Rossi. That's what got him, because he didn't know what to do at that point. He had been passing everybody right there, and that got taken away, and that was like,
Wait, no.
That's what cost him the race.
Yeah.
You mean, that's what did it.
Is that what cost him, or is that what won Pagenaud the race?
No, that's what won Pagenaud the race.
Okay, fair
but
enough.
you're looking to blame someone.
Yeah.
For Rossi not winning, but the blame doesn't go to Servia. The blame doesn't go to the pit crew. What did it was Pagenaud's team was smart enough to let Simon know, hey, we're watching this up here. Take that away from him. That's literally what they came on the radio and said.
They wouldn't have had
Here's
to.
what he's doing. Take it away from him.
They wouldn't have had to if Oriol Servia didn't hold him up, and it would have been Rossi asking, "What's Simon doing?"
Yeah, and if Rossi had oatmeal in the morning instead of Frosted Flakes, and if
that's what
he
I
slept
keep
on
telling
this pillow
him.
instead of that
That's
pillow,
what I keep
and if
telling him.
if he used this in the shower instead of that in the shower,
yeah, put down
Frank,
the maple and brown sugar oatmeal and get some Wheaties. I tell him this every race.
No.
The few races I made him.
You're just looking
Wheaties,
for somebody to blame on this. And no, man. But great job to that.
I
to
don't
that
care, dude.
team.
I'm just
Smart and way to work as a team. Way to work as a team. Way to let your driver know what somebody else is doing, and telling you to take that away from him.
It's a team.
I love that. I absolutely love that. The team effort is what got that done.
And spotter of the year goes to whoever that was who guided that. Who was it, Missy?
James Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, James Hinchcliffe's spotter of the year. Low, no, middle, and he just got through insanity. Spotter of the freaking year, James Hinchcliffe turned. Was it 3? Was that turn 3? Turn 4? The short shoot. Yeah, it was a short shoot. 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, turn 3.
Yeah, so there's a spotter right there, literally in the middle of the short shoot there. That's their perch there. So whoever that guy was, spotter of the freaking year. That guy deserves a bonus, and James earns him a big smooch.
Wow.
I want to see a smooch on a spotter from James.
The bullet on that. Santino Ferrucci was another one that dodged a bullet.
He dodged a bullet. He didn't get a penalty for that. Not for nothing. Driving over grass on purpose like that. You nuts?
Hey, evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right call, but still, he got a penalty for going off track.
I did like seeing him race Tony Kanaan on coming off of.
I did look up that
pits.
I mean, I did look up that penalty. It is there.
What?
Under no circumstances should a car ever leave the track limits on purpose. It's a penalty.
Again, evasive maneuvers.
Doesn't matter.
Due to
he should have been taken out then.
Well, I'm assuming they agreed with me, saying
they did.
Unforeseeable for circumstances.
It does say in the back, all laws are subject to change by race stewards as they see fit from case to case, or something lawyery like that. I butchered it, trust me. So yeah, not every penalty has to be a penalty, but it can be. Is my point.
And boy, were they giving out penalties.
Oh yeah. Will, I don't know what he was thinking. Like he should have watched the replay first before he spoke up about that.
I mean, I think he was upset because I assumed he thought he got a penalty for hitting Q, but
yeah, and him being mad about that it just kind of rubbed me like I was like, Will, really?
Well, I don't think that was the problem.
You should have.
The problem was you ran over your air hose, dude.
Well, personally, I think he should have got a penalty for running over Q, but I mean, him acting.
I don't think he really ran over Q though. I think it looked weird.
It was a bump. I mean,
well, yeah, he.
I think personally, Q's been hit worse in college ball. Trust me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
But I mean, that penalty was for running over his air hose.
By the way.
Is he fine?
Yeah, he's okay. But I mean, other pit crew members were taken away. There was 2 taken away. What was it?
Jordan King's pit crew member was that
with the tire.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I think it broke his
bad.
femur. I think snapped his femur in half.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Yeah, that was one guy to take out 2 away. Another guy, I don't remember exactly.
Was that the one that was airlifted?
They were
Jordan King's guy. What was airlifted?
Wasn't there 2 airlifted or only 1?
No, just
only one. Okay. Never mind.
So the other penalty. How about Elio? Avoidable contact in pit lane. That I thought was a weird penalty. And I know a lot of people are saying that who was it? Davison?
Yeah, I mean,
was going
he drove right over his front wing. What was he doing?
Well, no. Here was my thing though, because everybody's like, oh, Davison was driving by his pit lane anyway. But here's my thing. He was trying to get over into the lane, but Elio was there blocking him. Like, I thought Elio should have slipped, because if you coming out of your pit, and he's got to transition to get over to his pit stall.
I didn't see it that way.
Well, that's how
King
I'm
should
saying.
have slowed down. Realized, okay, Elio should have waited for me. It's like the whole, stop sign thing. Look both ways, don't assume, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, my problem is he was
or a turn
Davison
signal.
was passing his pit stall because he couldn't get over because Elio Castroneves is right there.
Right. Elio had his turn signal on and shouldn't have went, but he did. So.
Well, that's why he got the penalty for
Yeah,
avoidable contact.
that's
it
how
should
I
have been,
look-
I guess, an
look
unsafe
at
pit
it.
release, I guess. But
King should have slowed down.
Davison.
He whatever. Davison should have slowed down. I saw it as a car that could have slowed down, but didn't, because he's just like do what I do, and they do what they do, and we don't crash.
Well,
That's
bottom
how
line.
that's how he acted. He could have slowed down. Like, he had plenty of chance before his pit box because they were not next to each other. Were they like 5 or 6 away? It wasn't like they were like front.
Yeah, but Elio was in that lane the entire time, right next to him. How's he supposed to get over?
That well, obviously, Elio left, so he's got the right of way to keep on going. King's got to stop. Slow down.
Davison for the last time.
Whatever. They're both that important to me.
Bottom line
might as
is
well be the same
Elio
person
got the penalty
out of
for
33.
avoidable
Give me a break.
contact and got the drive-through. Then you had, let's see.
If Townsend Bell was out there, I would keep thinking it was him.
Then you had the number 48. Who's number 48?
Davison. King. I
No,
don't know.
J.R. Hildebrand. Got a pit safety infraction. Needed a post-race fine for that.
Well,
Of course, we said number 12. Well, all right. They have Will was hitting personnel, so they gave him the fine for that. Restart at the back of the field.
I was going to say, he deserved it.
Jordan King, of course, they said hitting personnel. He got a drive-through, which I'm not understanding why they were different penalties.
Well,
Why
the
was one
severity,
restart
maybe?
at the back of? It's still hitting personnel, but I
Well,
don't,
was it one under yellow and one under green? I mean,
no, I don't think so.
I'm just saying, like, you're wondering why there's 2 different penalties for the same thing. I was just coming up with 2 different scenarios why they would. I mean,
No, they were both under
because
green.
Will's, he went to the back of the line of a yellow. I mean, was
Oh yeah, because lap 78 was the end of the second caution. So yeah.
So I mean, was Hildebrand's penalty during green?
Jordan King. Oh my God.
Whatever.
Now when you get to say Jordan King, you can't freaking say his name.
Oh God. I
His
mean, how
was
about
under
AJ
green.
Foyt? Was it AJ Foyt? Did AJ Foyt get the penalty?
His was under green, so hitting person. Anyway, then the number 30 got a pit safety infraction, which the number 30 is Takuma Sato. The number 48, again, with a pit speed violation this time, got a drive-through.
Who's that again?
J.R. Hildebrand.
And the mullet gets longer.
And let's see. Service, both, here you go, both Foyt cars both got service in a closed pit penalties. Restart at the back of the field for both of them. Same lap.
Yeah, but that's a team call that cost them that.
Pit speed violation on the number 63, which was Ed Jones.
And that ended ends
A pit
chances.
speed violation on the number 60, which was Jack Harvey.
I was sad to see that.
And Sebastian Bourdais ultimately got the penalty for avoidable contact for the whole fiasco of that crash.
So they put the blame on Seabass, huh?
Yep. And he got a 30-second penalty for that.
Even that, huh? When the car couldn't even move anymore?
What? Yeah, that's a little odd of a penalty. 30-second.
And we're going to put you 3 laps down, but it's not moving anywhere anyway.
And let's see, the number 42, Jordan King, again, received a pit safety infraction. That was a post-race fine.
Oh, that's a beautiful voice you had right there saying that number. It is a very melodic number.
And then the number 21, Spencer Piggott, service in a closed pit, restart back of the field. And then the number 7, Marcus Erickson, service in a closed pit, restart at the back of the field. So those were the penalties given out. Jeez.
Why did so many
IndyCar-
teams get
IndyCar.
that penalty? I mean, was there a big like
A lot going. Yeah.
like
I don't
did
know.
did these teams like were they just not in tune with the lights at the front of pit lane, or were the officials just not clear on when it was
Tell you what,
closed or what?
I've seen a lot of cars sliding into their pit boxes. There was quite a few cars that slid. I mean,
There were, yeah.
if you
there
look
were.
at Will was
That's-
one of them.
That's really
Marcus
normal.
Erickson, he slid coming into.
Oh,
I
he
guess trying to
crashed coming
brake.
into it.
Well, yeah, he
sliding,
crashed coming into the pit
Yeah, he
lane.
was like boink boink.
But I seen a lot of cars, sliding in the pit lane. So
No, I would say over the years that's pretty normal because their tires are gone at that point. And
not as many as we've seen this year.
yeah, it was more than usual, but
Yeah.
it's not entirely like crazy to see there.
What do we attribute that to?
Tire degradation?
Yeah, we're just gonna chalk it up to that. Okay.
What?
I mean, was that where they repaved? Did they repave on?
I don't know. I want to say yes, but that's a
Because
guess.
it looked like there was part of like asphalt into the concrete in the pit boxes, but I don't know if that's. I know
Oh,
they
no, that-
repaved
I
some
don't-
things, but I don't know if that was one of them. I don't remember.
Yeah, no. I think that was just just a month of them spinning out of their pit box made that all black.
No, it was paved.
What was? Pit lane?
Yeah, what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It was part of black asphalt onto the concrete in the pit box. I say maybe a foot.
I don't think that's why though.
I don't remember it being like that
Mm.
every year, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, if that was a big issue, more people would be doing it, I think. Anyway, okay. Yeah, we're talking about paved asphalt. Okay, we need to move on. So, how about Santino Ferrucci's run, Rookie of the Year, for 2019?
I thought
Yeah,
it was
not bad.
impressive. I mean,
Not
top running rookie, so he deserved it.
And, Dale Coyne Racing, too, I think is
And I
think
believe
the
that
biggest
puts
winner
him
here.
in the top in points for the Rookie of the Year
Yeah, there you go. So,
Not bad.
category.
Would you say you were most impressed with him?
most impressed with him? No, I was most impressed with...
Anybody in the race?
No, I think the most impressive person Sunday was Simon Pagenaud and his team. They were flawless. I'm sorry. I mean, Pagenaud owned that race. They were flawless. Pagenaud ran a great race. He didn't get held up by Oral Serbia. He didn't have
Oh,
a
my
fuel
goodness.
hose mishap. Every stop was 7 or subs. So good on Simon Pagenaud, and him and the team earned it.
That's expected from the Team Penske pit crews, though.
Well, yeah, they get paid enough. They really do. I mean,
You don't know how much they get paid.
yeah, I do. It's kind of it's not a private thing. They're a corporation. They have to show what they pay and who they pay. I mean, there's a readout if you want to, but it's too boring to read of, how many teams get paid what at the end of the year per race, and it's boring. I mean,
How about Scott Dixon, 17th?
well, he was involved in an incident. What do you want?
Yeah, pretty rough.
He was involved in that 5-car pileup. He was one of the 5. He was just able to get going again. All right, Christian, rocking. Nice. We're listening to the news.
No. My cat just stepped on the remote.
Oh, or pricks. Little kitty, pre, like in Grand Prix.
Right.
Right. This is a clean show.
Sorry about that.
So, Missy, I don't know who impressed you the most.
Serbia.
I mean, I gotta say Simon Pagenaud. I mean, this was his race. He looked pretty. He looked pretty good. I did not think there was anybody going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, like I kind of look at it like Rossi was the drama that the race of the race. He really was. The drama was centered around him, and it was him trying to fight the odds, trying to beat pretty much the best that was out there. because he wasn't the best that was out there. And that's where the drama laid. But then you had the great driving also by Simon. So you had both of those aspects covered very well. And, you know what I mean? It was a great race. It was exciting from beginning to end. It really was. It was high paced. I mean, you know, some big blows with penalties to some big names, you know.
And I was happy to see Simon win.
Yeah, I mean, there was a wreck that, thank goodness, everybody walked away from, you know, totally unscathed, no injuries, which is a huge, huge plus in my book for any Indy 500. No scary incident even, you know. The most scariest incidents, I think, were during practice throughout the month, and they didn't flip, so, you know, still kudos to Dallara. Dallara is a big winner of the month, I think. I think Firestone's a big winner of the month. They put out a great tire, I think, where it degraded. It like the degradation was perfect. You don't want them to come in and pit for fuel with perfectly good freaking tires. I don't want to see that. I want to see the tires fall off after 5, hold on for 20, and, you know, do the best you can with the last 5 or whatever. You know, that's what I want to see out of a tire. And Firestone, I think they brought the best tire they've ever brought to the 500 for this 500. I really do, because, you know, like Missy was saying, everybody, you know, skidding in the pit lane. That's because Firestone made a heck of a tire. And that's what you want to see, right? That's the reason they changed tires. Otherwise, leave the same set on the entire race. And they could make a tire where you could do that, I'm sure. Especially by now. Maybe not 50 years ago, but by now, sure they could. They were, almost. That was the point. That's why IndyCar, you know, freaked out and was like, you need to remake this thing. And, hey, I think they brought you know, it really added to the, the drivers that could save their tires were able to go, you know what I mean? Who knows? You know, so Simon wasn't really challenged too much. So Simon was on better tires than Alex, who was, you know, driving the ball or driving the rubber off of him, trying to catch the guy because of all the screw ups, and managed to almost catch him, which is amazing in its own right. So kudos to the Rossi team, even though they got second.
Yeah.
So one could argue the Rossi team, I think, was the most impressive team of the week, being as though all the mishaps he had to go through, and where he ended up. Or how about Will Power's team? I mean, Will was a contender. He ended up 5th somehow after that penalty. That penalty killed him. And he fights back to 5th. That's pretty impressive, I think. Christian, I don't know. Was there any like team effort or drive that really stuck out to you that we haven't talked about?
I'm gonna go with Pagano, but I think that's just because I'm looking at it as if I was driving that car. I would really appreciate the heads up from my team like that. Hey, here's what this guy's doing. Take it away. You know.
Yeah, the more information.
So yeah, I give it to Pagano.
Right on. Missy, is there okay, other than Pagano, if you had to give a runner-up, say, you know, just a runner-up, like a participation trophy because you earned it, champ. You know, you should. You know, you could have got it if that other team didn't exist and were better than you.
Hey, Rossi. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Missy, you.
I don't give out participation trophies. You're not first, you're a loser.
Wow.
Oh.
Ross is a loser.
Wow.
They should have all went to bed feeling like the losers they are.
I didn't grow up getting a participation
bums.
trophy.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no participation trophy. Stop it.
That's funny.
Tell him.
Get him, Missy.
What's wrong
Sick him, girl.
That's what's wrong with the generation coming up. Participation trophy.
Hey, we're not part of it anymore. We're Zennials. Yay. I'm so happy about that. I don't know why. I shouldn't care.
But that was the Indianapolis 500, and this weekend we go right into the duel in Detroit. Back-to-back races in Detroit.
Way to capitalize on momentum. What's that?
Are you guys gonna watch the broadcast? Because I was realizing that we never got to hear. I was curious, to be honest, how well Dale Jr. did in the booth at an IndyCar race.
He
and
hicked it up.
I was curious to hear how Danica did.
He
So
hicked it
I think
up
I'm
like
gonna
a
watch
farm boy from South Carolina.
He's from North Carolina, though.
Look at them cars go like a badger on fire.
Like a badger on fire. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Dale Earnhardt Jr. impersonation. Oh, man.
I tell you, I mean, that sport's suffering since I left. I mean, you know, they needed talent, and I said, well, talent's leaving town. Good luck with all the pig crap that I shovel in the morning.
This is amazing.
Peace with my millions. You know, there's a soundtrack for Dale Jr. wherever he walks around.
Wow, this is incredible. Banjos and fiddles.
Oh yeah, ding 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 ding. Battling banjos wherever Dale Jr. goes. Yep.
But no,
So,
I will. I'll watch the broadcast.
He did the entire. I couldn't believe it. Did the entire broadcast with one grain of straw in his mouth the whole time. Same grain.
Yeah.
Like it was picked fresh right from the farm, you know, right as the rooster crowed.
Anyway, Detroit is this weekend, back-to-back races Saturday and Sunday.
Danica's broadcast, though, was she was just going, I suck. I really do suck. I mean, I'm up here because I suck, because I'm not down there, because I am trash. I am just, you know, thank goodness my quarterback has a job.
Wow.
That was her during the broadcast. And that's about it. She didn't say much. So I've heard. I haven't watched.
So I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, but up in this theater, that's what the broadcast was.
Jeez. I'll watch. I'll let you guys know what I think next week.
Yeah, seriously, like since I got back, I've just been working. I haven't had any spare time to watch it. Honestly, it's just been crazy.
I understand.
But I'm actually looking forward. I mean, I haven't heard bad things. I haven't asked really. Like normally when the broadcast is bad, that's all you hear, and I haven't heard a peep about a bad broadcast.
Right.
And even President Trump was watching it. He said. He tweeted that he was watching it. Where was he, Missy? In Japan or something?
I think so.
Yeah, so he invited Simon Pagino and Team Penske to the White House. So that's pretty cool. The president is an IndyCar fan. That's awesome. That shouldn't hurt the series at all.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Me personally, I don't care. I don't like them, nor do I not hate them. I am not far left, nor am I far right. I do not care. And that's as far as I go with politics, because I don't care. You know, in 4 years there'll be somebody else to hate. So anyway, my point being is, yeah. So that's what I mean. Like I didn't hear anything bad, and you know, ABC, the last decade has been nothing but a total B show for a week after, and how bad they were. And thank goodness that Detroit's coming up, so we don't have to listen to these three blithering idiots ever again for the rest of the year. Thank goodness NBC's back. That's what we've been saying for the last decade. I mean, I don't know about you, Christian, but I sure have. And we all know, you know, I would say the majority of the fan base has too, right, Miss? I mean, it's all over social media all the time. So, you know, I didn't hear anything bad, but I didn't like people weren't raving about it, you know, because you know they had to look at Danica's face, I'm sure. But hey, Dale Jr. was in there to class the place up, so. You know,
the sarcasm dripping off of these statements. I love it.
And of course, we got the you know, the infamous and innocent Paul Tracy there as well. So everybody can stop with all of that garbage. You know, found innocent Paul Tracy. Who would have thought somebody could make a fake parody account, huh? I mean, isn't that nuts? It's so hard on Twitter or Facebook, really.
And
only
think
made an
we're
MTV
done.
show out of it. I mean, goodness Christ.
I think that's it. We're done.
Yeah. We haven't brought up Paul Tracy since he was accused. Remember? It's actually the first time we're ever talking about it. Matter of fact, if you guys don't know, the glove did not fit, so they acquitted. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And on that note,
Wait,
what I know,
are we done?
Yep. That Frank has not a clue that we are done, but Christian and we all know.
Detroit's this
Detroit.
weekend. The double in Detroit. Wait, the momentum.
How dare you?
Why can't it be Texas? It should be Texas. Come on,
How
IndyCar.
dare you interrupt my ending?
Will you please
You
capitalize
know?
on the momentum? Detroit sucks. Here, see you, everybody. Thank God May's over. It was exhausting.
Here is the Racecast weather forecast for the Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle Park. I'm meteorologist Doug Schneider. Friday at Belle Isle Park will be a beautiful day with sunny skies and high temperatures in the lower 70s. Then a cold front is expected to move through the Great Lakes region on Saturday. The exact timing of the front and the best chance of rain for Belle Isle is still a little uncertain, but there is about a 40% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm during the daylight hours. As of Wednesday afternoon, I think the best chance of showers and storms will be in the afternoon and evening, but a brief passing shower will be possible at any time of the day. High temperatures on Saturday afternoon will be in the mid-70s. Behind the cold front, high pressure will build into the Detroit area, providing a very nice day on Sunday. It will be mostly sunny, the humidity levels will be low, and afternoon high temperatures will be in the upper 60s. For the most up-to-date weather forecast, visit racecastweather.com.